550. Now, when it comes to the total, Sacramento's 75% to the under in their last 8 on the road. Give me the Kings plus 12 after buying the hook and the under 239 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some college basketball, and we are going to begin with Michigan at Minnesota. 7 o'clock tip-off at Minnesota. Michigan open -5, total open 131.5, and since those markets open that one up, we're seeing a slight fade of Michigan when it comes to the spread. We're also seeing movement toward the over. That total moved up to 133. Michigan's -4.5. So once again, the Wolverines open -5, down to -4.5. Total open 131.5, up to 133. 61% of the consensus is leaning toward Michigan. 71% of the consensus is back on the under. And at the moment, we have Isaiah Washington listed as questionable for Minnesota with a lower body injury. I think it's like a tailbone or a butt cheek or something like that. Shouldn't be a huge impact for Minnesota or on this game for that matter. Minnesota's 17-9 straight up overall, 15-2 straight up on their home court. The Golden Gophers rank 49th in home offensive rebounding. They're led by Jordan Murphy, who's dropping 13 points per contest and averaging 11 rebounds per game. Minnesota's also 2-0 in their couple of games that tipped off at the current point spread. They're covering 70% of their games, taking on teams allowing less than 67 points per contest. Now, Michigan on their side of things, they're covering just 20% of their games, taking on teams allowing 67 to 72 points per contest. The Wolverines also rank 196th in the country in scoring. They're also ranking 127th in the nation in field goal percentage, and they rank 152nd in offensive rebounding. Now, total-wise, Minnesota's 10-5 to the over in their games on their home court. Give me the Minnesota Golden Gophers plus 5 after buying the half a point, and the over 133 in that matchup there. Next game, Oregon at USC. That is going to be a 9 o'clock tip-off at Southern Cal. The Trojans are -2.5, totals 137 and a hook. 62% are leaning USC, 53% shaded toward the over. Now, Oregon has failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4 games. They're also just 3-6 against the spread in their last 9 away from home. Oregon ranks 252nd in road offensive scoring. They also rank 249th in road offensive field goal percentage. They're covering just 37% of their games as the official road underdog. Now, USC on their side of things, they're covering 75% of their games that tipped off at the current point spread. They're also 12-6 ATS when laying the points. They're led by Benny Boatwright, who's dropping 18 points per contest. USC also ranks 14th in the country in shooting the 3 ball. Now, total-wise, USC is 12-6 to the under in their games on their home court. Oregon 7-2 to the under in their games when traveling. Give me USC -2 after buying the half a point and the under 137.5 in that matchup there. All right, next game. Oregon State at UCLA. That's going to be an 11 o'clock tip-off at UCLA. The Bruins open the betting as the 2-point favorite. Total open at 152. And since that one opened up, we're seeing a slight fade of UCLA when it comes to the spread. We're also seeing movement toward the over. Right now, the total's at 153.5. Spread's at -1.5. So once again, UCLA open -2 down to -1.5. Total open 152 up to 153 and a hook. 53% are leaning UCLA. 55% are shaded toward the under. UCLA ranks 4th in home offensive rebounding in the country. They're led by Moses Brown, who's gathering 7.4 rebounds per contest. Now, Oregon State, they failed to cover in 2 out of their last 3. They also ranked 235th in shooting the 3 ball on the road. So real bad for the Beavers shooting the deep ball when traveling. Now, total-wise, Oregon State is just 16% to the over when the line was more than 145. They're also 6-10 to the over after 4 or more days off. UCLA is just 5-10 to the over in that same category, and they're just 33% to the over, taking on teams scoring more than 72 points per contest. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and take UCLA -1 and the under 150, 3.5 in that matchup there. All right, next and final slate for the show. It is going to be in the NHL. We're going to take a look at 3 games of interest. And let's go ahead and start off with San Jose at Pittsburgh. 7 o'clock puck drop in the Steel City. The Penguins are minus 120. Totals at 7. 7 goals. 59% of the consensus is leaning toward San Jose. 60% of the consensus is shaded toward the over. San Jose's plus 105 on the money line. Pittsburgh's plus 195 laying the goal and a half. Martin Jones projected in net for San Jose. Murray projected in net for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 4-1 straight up in their last 5. 18-11 straight up when Murray makes the start. San Jose on their side of things, well, they're just 2-4 straight up in their last 6 taking on Pittsburgh if you're into historical trends. San Jose is also ranking 26th in the NHL in road goals allowed. They're allowing 3.7 goals per contest in that category there. Now, when it comes to the total, San Jose is 20-11 to the over when traveling. They're also 60% to the over, taking on teams scoring more than 2.9 goals per contest. Meanwhile, the Pens are ranking 5th in home scoring at 3.6 goals per contest. They're 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Give me the Penguins minus 120 and the over 7 goals in that matchup there. All right, next game, Sabres at the Lightning. 7:30 puck drop in Tampa Bay. The Lightning open 250, total open at 6. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing heavy money on Tampa Bay. We're also seeing heavy money toward the over. That total moved up to 6.5. Tampa Bay moved up to 285. So once again, the Lightning open 250 up to minus 285. Total open 6 up to 6.5. And at the moment, Buffalo's plus 240 for some money line cash. Now, Olmark's projected in net for Buffalo. Vasilevsky projected in net for Tampa Bay. Buffalo has Oposo and Scandella, both questionable for tonight's action. Buffalo has also lost their last 3 straight. They're winning just 37% of their games on the road, and they rank 25th in road scoring, averaging just 2.6 goals per game in that category there. Now, Tampa Bay is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5, and when I say against the spread in hockey, I'm really referring to the puck line. So Tampa Bay is 5-0 in their last 5 puck line plays. They're also winning 77% of their games at home at that, I think that's the Amalie Arena, Amalie Center. Tampa Bay ranks 1st in scoring in the NHL. They're averaging 4 goals per contest. And amazingly, they are 28-7 straight up, taking on teams allowing more than 2.9 goals per contest. Now, when it comes to the total, Tampa Bay's just 28% to the over, taking on teams averaging 2.6 to 2.9 goals per contest. Give me Tampa Bay minus the goal and a half, getting the job done on the puck line, and the under 6.5 goals in that matchup there. All right, next and final game for the show, it is going to be Islanders at the Oilers. 9 o'clock puck drop in Edmonton. The Islanders open the betting as the $1.20 favorite. Total open at 5 even. We've seen a total open at 7. We've seen a total open at 5. Once again, Islanders open 120, total open 5. And since that one opened up, we're seeing steady movement toward the Islanders in the early going here. We're also seeing movement upward on the total. Total moved up to 5.5. Islanders moved up to 130. So once again, New York open minus 120 up to minus 130. Total open 5 up to 5.5. Edmonton's plus 105 on the money line. Islanders plus 210 on the puck line. Robin Lehner is projected in net for the Islanders. Mikko Koskinen projected in net for Edmonton. Now, the Islanders are 11-5 straight up in their last 16 on the road. They're winning 71% of their games as the official Vegas favorite. The Islanders also rank 1st in the NHL in goals allowed at just 2.4 per game in that category. Amazingly, they are a perfect 9-0 straight up in their second of a back-to-back. Now, Edmonton is winning just 25% of their games as the official home dog. They're also winning just 31% of their games that were played at the current market price. Now, total-wise, Edmonton is 71% to the over, taking on teams over 550. Give me the Islanders minus 130 and the over 5.5 goals in that matchup there.